Television's most unbelievable show starts right now.
Would you believe? Jim Goldman doesn't have any arms, but he's not looking for sympathy because Jim can outdo most people at just about anything.
When people first meet me, they think I'm handicapped.
What sets Andy McCain apart from other pilots? The fact that he's about to try and land his plane on the roof of a fast-moving car. A couple discovers their unborn baby has a brain disorder.
We're gonna find a way to save this child.
Now, witness the most incredible operation ever recorded. Can mother and child survive a surgery in the womb? Plus, the Torture King attempts a fire-walking feat that could fry the flesh off his feet. We take a cruise in the world's flattest car. And what's so fascinating about these photographs? Every breathtaking beauty is actually holding her breath. Unbelievable? Believe it. On Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Here at Ripley's, we have a category for every unique story, from an unbelievable act to the Ripley's Challenge. Well, this next story falls into the category of medical miracle. And when you see the baby's hand emerge from the womb, you'll see why. This story contains graphic images. Like a lot of young couples, when James and Susan Borkowski of Knoxville, Tennessee, found out that Susan was pregnant, they were thrilled. For this mom-to-be, it was a life's dream come true.
Ever since I was little, I used to take care of my little baby dolls, and, so I always was expecting to have a family.
Susan's pregnancy was going along fine, until she was given a routine ultrasound at about 5 months. The procedure checks the health of the developing baby, and if they want to know, it tells the parents the sex of their unborn child.
It was just going to be really exciting to find out if it was a boy or a girl and to see it.
But in addition to learning that they'd have a son, the ultrasound also brought the Borkowskis some devastating news. Something was wrong. Further testing revealed the awful truth. Their unborn child had hydrocephalus, a disorder causing fluid to build up and press against the brain, a situation that is usually fatal.
Just sort of took the wind out of our sails when we realized that he had such a serious medical problem.
The bewildered couple was now faced with a terrible choice: terminate the pregnancy or deliver the baby prematurely so they could attempt an almost impossible corrective brain surgery. But these were options the Borkowskis were not ready to accept.
We went to a park and we sat out and we discussed it and we said, we're not going to give up on this child. We're going to find a way to save this child.
By an amazing coincidence, James saw a television program about an experimental procedure actually allowing surgery inside the womb. And sure enough, using the internet, he found the surgeons. Incredibly, the doctors were located only a few miles away at Vanderbilt University Medical Center in Nashville.
We were very surprised to find that they had called us back that same night. They seemed very excited to hear about our story, and we found out that they had just gotten protocol a week before to try their open fetal surgeries on this same particular condition.
A consultation with the doctors indicated the Borkowskis' case was ideal. Theirs would be the first in vitro surgery ever attempted to reverse hydrocephalus. But the doctors made it clear from the beginning it would be very dangerous.
Dr. Bruner did discuss the risks with us first off. Basically, it was everything. My death, baby's death. They've never done it before, so they really can't tell us what can be the outcome.
Despite the risks, the Borkowskis decide to go through with it. And a warning, the video shot during this landmark surgery is very graphic. It shows the revolutionary operation unfolding step by step. Here, Dr. Joe Bruner and Dr. Noel Tulipan opened the womb. This is the most critical part of the process. Both mother and child are in extreme danger from the loss of blood. The next step is implanting a shunt, the device which drains off the built-up brain fluid. But positioning it inside the head of the unborn baby is like threading a needle. Amazingly, as the incisions are made, a tiny hand pops out, to the obvious surprise of the doctors.
It's a little hand there. It was kind of like him saying, "Hey, thanks," or "I'm going to be back," and I just want to touch you to say thanks.
With the difficult surgery complete, the Borkowskis can only wait and hope. Now, 2 months later, Susan gives birth to a baby boy that they name Neil. It is a moment she will never forget.
It was pretty overwhelming to hold him for the first time.
Today, thanks to this amazing, groundbreaking surgery, Neil is alive and making steady progress toward a normal life. And with all the joy he has brought into their lives, the Borkowskis have never given the radical surgery a second thought.
Looking back, Neil just celebrated his second birthday, and there's no doubt in my mind that I would do it again. He is a happy little boy.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Enter Robert Ripley's archives.
Let's go with the show. Robert Ripley, leave it or not. Leave it or not.
The year is 1951. A small army of carpenters, plumbers, painters, and electricians have assembled at this construction site in Santa Rosa, California. They're attempting to break the record for the fastest house ever built. Once the framework goes up, the plumbing and prefab windows are put in. Then comes the time-saving 2-piece brick chimney, while the painters get to work. And though the previous record is a super speedy 6 hours, this house is built and furnished in only 3 hours and 10 minutes. Believe it or not.
Imagine being able to take off and land a plane on a runway only 10 feet long. Sound impossible? Not on Ripley's.
Caroline, we got a lot of crosswind here.
For pilots, a well-maintained runway is without question the only place to land.
But you're looking good.
But believe it or not, aviator Andy McCain will actually attempt to touch down on the roof of his wife's moving Pontiac.
As far as danger and in the act, yeah, it does have some danger. There's certainly no instruction manual for doing this.
All right, we're on.
Andy and his wife Jackie have been working with airplanes since the early 1980s. But it was while watching an old barnstorming film that inspiration struck.
Well, I saw an old newsreel where somebody was landing on top of a car back in the 30s, and I always thought that would just be a really neat thing to do.
Andy became so obsessed with trying it, he eventually converted an old 1969 Pontiac Catalina into a makeshift aircraft carrier, designing it to operate with his J3 Cub airplane.
It's quite a complicated piece of equipment. It probably took a year to build.
In fact, the landing area on top of the car is only large enough to fit the plane's wheels. There's no room for error. Andy has to hit his mark exactly or risk disaster. But would this makeshift contraption really work? Ripley's joined the couple to find out.
Need a microphone check, Andy. Test.
With his wife driving, Andy will attempt the difficult task of both taking off from and landing on this custom carrier. Besides the obvious danger of crashing into the ground, one wrong move or sudden gust of wind could send him plunging right into Jackie.
She can't really see me once I get above her, so I have to be very careful. It's hard enough to just land an airplane anyway. And to land on something that's moving at close to 60 miles an hour, yeah, it's very difficult.
Focusing on the tricky task ahead of him, Andy gives the word.
Go.
And Jackie steps on the gas.
Here we go.
They're going for it. Jackie's speed increases as she races down the runway. And at 40 miles an hour, Jackie releases the wheels. With a quick jerk, Andy and his plane are airborne. A successful takeoff. But then, that's the easy part. After coordinating their positions by radio,
Hey, Andy, I see you approaching.
Andy prepares for what needs to be a pinpoint landing.
All right, speed looks pretty good here.
Wind conditions, speed, and timing all become critical factors.
I gotta move over a little bit, it's bumpy.
The car has to be approximately 55 miles an hour, which is about 15 miles an hour over the stall speed of the airplane.
At this point, there's no room for error. Jackie must match the precise speed of Andy's aircraft as he carefully aligns the plane. Even a slight miscalculation could lead to disaster. Constant radio contact is a necessity.
Hey, Andy, I see you approaching. You in my line of sight? I'm maintaining 55.
Andy heads toward the car, but as he is about to touch down, the wind picks up. Andy is forced to abort the landing.
All right, you ready? Let's add a mile or two to it.
He circles around for another attempt.
All right, speed looks good. Speed looks good.
The landing gear is lined up and it looks like this is it. But something goes wrong.
57.
Andy calls off another landing.
It's a little breezy.
Finally, he decides to give it one more try.
Maybe the last one. They've got the thunderstorm coming in. If we can't get it this time, I don't think we can do it.
Now keep in mind that Andy is trying to touch down on a section of the car that measures only 1 foot wide. Carefully lowering his plane toward the moving car,
You're locked in.
Andy nails the landing.
I thought it would be really, I was a legend in my own mind. I thought I could go out and do it the first time, but it turned out it's a very difficult trick to do.
You're locked in.
This mini flying saucer doubles as a high-tech spy in the sky. You won't believe what this futuristic weapon can do. Plus, find out why these people are putting live slimy snakes on their faces. And
what a beautiful beagle, huh?
Ed Giffen loves his dog Sparky so much, he had him painted on his tooth.
Sparky is the light of my life.
These amazing molar murals straight ahead on Ripley's. Amazing stories and unbelievable people. Ripley's Believe It or Not. Some people will try just about anything to cure an illness. And in a small Turkish village, sick people are, believe it or not, turning to the healing powers of the water snake. For years, people from around the world have been traveling to the Kirkpinar village of Bayburt for this unusual treatment. Patients believe the slithering serpents have the power to draw sickness from the afflicted areas of their bodies. They claim the creatures can heal anything from sinus problems to hernias, even arthritis. Unfortunately, the doctoring serpent doesn't make house calls. In fact, people wait for hours, sometimes even days, for a single session with these healing snakes. Believe it or not.
It's often said that a man's home is his castle. Well, Ripley's found a king of the beach perched on this throne 50 feet in the air.
Holding 75,000 gallons of water and standing 9 stories from top to bottom, this 100-year-old water tower was originally built to service steam engines traveling the California coast. But now, this unique structure has a new lease on life as, believe it or not, this man's home.
1992, it was voted the most unique house in the United States, and as far as I know, it's the only water tower home in the world.
But it hasn't always been the dream house it is today. After the train stopped running, the old water tower hit hard times. By the 1980s, it was in danger of being demolished. That's when a couple of architects stepped in, got the permits, and converted the tower into a home. But first, the original water tank had to be removed and placed in a parking lot. And after 18 months of conversion, it took a team of skilled engineers and a crane to lift it back into place. Then, the 3,000 square foot house was finished off with a commercial elevator and 2 jacuzzis, one which is on the upper deck overlooking the ocean. Jerry Wallace, a real estate trader and former fire chief, bought the house in Seal Beach, California back in 1995 for about $800,000.
I always looked at the water tower as what I would call the ultimate beach house. You have a house that's actually fun to live in, and I think the entertainment value of living in a fun house is worth it.
Nearly every window in the water tower house is fitted with etched or stained glass. There are 2 master bedrooms, a maid's quarters, and 4 bathrooms, one of which has rotating walls.
You actually come out in the hallway. The entire room completely spins around.
But of course, for this kind of view, there are trade-offs, like the long climb up if the tower's elevator ever goes down, or the difficulty of installing a new kitchen appliance or bringing in new furniture.
Good. Keep going.
But sitting in his favorite spot, the entertainment room with its 360-degree view, built-in movie theater, electric blinds, and indoor fire pit, it all seems worth it.
You have views, everything from the marina to the ocean. I plan on staying here until it's no longer fun to live here.
A local real estate agent told us that the water tower house would easily sell for about $4 million in today's market.
Ripley's legally insane. We travel the globe in search of the most unbelievable laws on the books. Raleigh, North Carolina. Using foul language while attending a funeral could get you in trouble with the law. That's because in this town, cursing in front of a corpse is illegal. It seems a clean language clause, once imposed only on funeral workers out of respect for the dead, has recently been amended. Now, the general public must also watch their tongues while around the deceased, or else. Insane or not, it's the law. Jim Goldman was born with the odds against him.
The doctor said he'd be nothing but a vegetable.
Now, see how this amazing armless athlete is making doctors eat their words. Plus, this crazy crow's on the warpath. You won't believe the tricks he plays on people. And the amazing art making a big splash. That's because all of these women work underwater. That and much more still ahead on Ripley's. Ripley's World of Unbelievable Animals.
Wanna show it?
This South American blackbird named Pepito is notorious for biting nearly everyone who passes under his guava tree. But Pepito isn't vicious or even mean-spirited. For Pepito, pecking away at people appears to be an ongoing game. Perhaps the strangest part of the story is that Pepito, a male bird, seems to only target men, respectfully sparing women and children, and mysteriously allowing them to pass untouched, believe it or not.
Now, Tom Every wanted an early retirement from the salvage business. Okay, simple solution. He turned his junkyard into an art gallery. Take a look at this.
There's a whole lot of junk in North Freedom, Wisconsin. But if anyone tries to throw this stuff out, they'll have to contend with Tom Every.
Go ahead up with it. Hey, what the hell's the matter with you?
Because believe it or not, this scrappy senior is turning junkyard trash into artistic sculpture. This retired salvage man is even creating the world's heaviest freestanding piece of art.
I was in the demolition business. I took apart everything from the railroad era, and all these things became obsolete.
Now, Tom is the curator and artist in residence at the world's first scrap metal art park. With the raw material for his masterpieces coming from the dismantled components of long-forgotten machines, Tom is the ultimate recycler. From insects created with old drill press machinery parts to birds made of antique trumpets and saxophones, Tom tries to put a little of his own personality into everything he does. His crowning creation, however, is the massively stunning 40-foot-high, 400-ton megawork known as the Forevertron. Constructed from hundreds of thousands of pieces of scrap metal, the Forevertron is the world's heaviest piece of freestanding sculpture, weighing more than the world's largest jumbo jet. It's a roller coaster ride of gadgets, elevator cages, riveted tanks, and even the contamination chamber from one Apollo space rocket. Although the Forevertron is not for sale, Tom regularly sells his other scrap metal masterpieces for thousands of dollars. Not bad for some junk someone threw away.
I feel very lucky and fortunate to be able to take something from nothing and make something out of it.
Jim Goldman had a dream to play baseball, not with the pros, but with some buddies in a regular league. Now, why is Jim's dream unbelievable? Because he was born without arms.
When it comes to sports, Jim Goldman loves competition. But now, this former high school star is back swinging the bat and challenging this local high-speed pitching sensation. Oh, and by the way, Jim has no arms.
People first meet me and they think I'm handicapped. And sometimes they try to treat me that way, and it's like, I'm not handicapped. After they get to know me, they're like, boy, he's not handicapped. He can do anything you can do.
When he was born, Jim's doctor said his armless condition was caused by a birth defect. And while no one could tell his parents what went wrong, doctors were quick to inform them the options for their son would be limited.
The doctors wanted to put him in a state home. They said he'd be nothing but a vegetable. They told us he'd never be able to do a thing for himself.
Ignoring the doctor's advice, Jim's parents were determined to give him a normal life.
We left him do what he wanted to do, within reason, you know. If we thought he was going to get hurt, then. But everything he tackled, he just came up all right.
And as he grew older, he found he could use his feet the same way other people use their hands. And by all accounts, he grew up like a normal teen.
He got into mischief.
He's ornery. he was a very ornery young man.
Along the way, Jim found prosthetic arms only slowed him down. Anyway, he preferred using his incredibly nimble toes instead. In this rare footage from his school days, Jim demonstrates how he could even pitch for his school's championship team.
It was great to strike someone out. Would you go to town and tell everybody you struck out against somebody that had no arms?
But sports weren't Jim's only interest. Like any other teen, he looked forward to getting his driver's license. But could he handle a car without using his hands?
I'd say he put some dents in my pickup truck when he first started driving.
But like always, Jim persevered. And today, he doesn't require any special modifications in order to drive. In fact, he's not required to even display handicap plates. But Jim's real love is sports. He's a professional bass fisherman, and Jim is famous in fishing circles for the truly amazing way in which he handles his rod and reel.
You cast with your hands, I cast with my feet. I fish just like everybody else. except I use my feet.
But competition bass tournaments are just the beginning for this outdoorsman. Unbelievably, although it involves moving targets, he's also an excellent skeet shooter, breaking a respectable 38 out of 50 clay pigeons. And when it's too cold for outdoor activities, Jim likes to shoot a little basketball. Incredibly, he can land some amazing baskets with his foot that most people couldn't make with their two hands. And today, Jim's going through his warm-up before facing his latest challenge. He's taking the plate to face the current starting pitcher of the Wayne City Braves baseball team. Placing the bat between his neck and shoulder, Jim squares off. These fastball pitches are coming in at over 60 miles an hour. And while it takes Jim a couple pitches to get the feel, the crack of the bat tells the story. And this inspirational athlete starts sending them deep. After connecting with 8 of 25 pitches, Jim calls it quits with an impressive 320 average.
Never give up on life, you know, just keep going on. And look at me, I had a bad card right off the top of the deck, you know, so you have to learn to live, you know, and just be cool about things.
Jim is a natural athlete, and he's never let his disability get in his way. In 1981, a famous local challenged Jim to a game of pool. Jim took the challenge, and he nearly came away with a victory against the legendary Minnesota Fats.
These steel plates are being heated to a scorching 1,200 degrees.
Let's get the metal going.
Can the Torture King defy the laws of science and walk over them without searing the flesh right off his feet? Plus, forget tattoos. Now you can display your favorite image right inside your mouth.
I have a rose on one side and a bouquet of tulips on the other.
And the future is here. We test fly the world's first spying spaceship. Ripley's will be back in a flash. Tim Cridland, a practitioner of Middle Eastern meditation techniques, is preparing for an unbelievable act that could leave him scarred for life. Believe it or not, he'll attempt for the first time ever to walk barefoot across metal plates heated to an unimaginable 1,200 degrees. A temperature that can instantly cook human skin.
Everybody ready?
I just want to see it. I want to see him be able to get done with this and not be burned.
I want to see if the flesh is not burned in this thing.
I do things where I overcome pain, like meditation. I change my focus of my mind and actually perceive what would be pain differently.
Tonight at the Ripley's Museum in Orlando, Florida, the crowd is on edge. But Tim is calm as he mentally prepares for the big event. First, coals are fired up. Then metal plates are heated until they're red hot.
And get a little device.
Meanwhile, an infrared heat gun records the quickly climbing temperature.
Yeah, let's try it with the blower so we can get it up a little higher.
To prove just how hot the plates really are, this burger patty and raw egg are placed on top. They both fry on contact.
Right now, I'm going to take my shoes off.
While final adjustments are made, Tim meditates to prepare for the fire walk.
Temperatures that they're reading right now is 1250. Right now, that can go right through the flesh and the muscle.
All right, let's get the metal going.
One by one, Tim's assistants begin to lay down the red-hot steel strips, careful to center them on the bricks. The crowd looks on anxiously.
Everybody ready?
Without hesitation, Tim takes his first step, his bare heels pressing against the sizzling hot plates. Then, Tim takes a second step, his concentration the only thing that prevents his tender feet from burning. Unbelievably, he continues on with a third scalding step. Tim now takes a fourth fiery step. If the steel plates stick, they will literally cook his feet. Incredibly, Tim completes the firewalk, his bare soles touching raw metal, sustaining temperatures hot enough to incinerate skin.
Let's see what my feet look like.
The medics immediately take a look at our firewalker's feet.
Actually, I was expecting the skin to be stuck to the metal, and from what just happened, I can't explain it.
Tim's feet are miraculously free of any signs of a burn. The crowd still can't believe what they've just witnessed.
I was nearby and I could actually smell the skin burning.
You even heard his feet burning as he walked across the metal.
With total mind over matter, Tim Cridland successfully flirts with fire and accomplishes one truly unbelievable act.
Take a look at this guy. His name is Avelino Perez Mateo, age 20. And no, this is not a doctored photo off the internet. Avelino is the original eye popper. First photographed in 1928 by a newspaper in Havana, Cuba. Clinically, this very rare condition is called voluntary propulsion of the eye, the ability to literally push the eyeball out of its socket through muscle control. In Avelino's case, up to 1/3 of an inch. Now, if you think that's unbelievable, then check this out.
Technician Ron Grant creates dental crowns so remarkable, many consider them a work of art. Because believe it or not, using some very thin brushes, Ron paints mini masterpieces on all of his man-made teeth.
After painting pictures for my mother and for other family, I started practicing on extra teeth that I had made.
And it takes a steady hand to do what this amazing artist does. After an impression is made from a patient's tooth, Ron makes the porcelain crown. Then, he begins the intricate procedure of hand painting the images. The whole process takes up to 3 weeks. But once it's finished, the painting will last as long as the tooth. Ron has received requests for everything from cartoons to sports team logos to Harley emblems, even cherished pets.
What a beautiful beagle, huh?
Ed Giffen loves his pet beagle Sparky so much, he had his lifelike portrait painted on his tooth.
What a guy! I can feel his tail wagging every now and then.
Averaging 150 orders a year, these one-of-a-kind custom crowns are available from any dentist. But be prepared. The more elaborate the order, the more time it'll take. And the more it'll cost. Up to $200 plus the cost of the tooth. Believe it or not.
Ripley's Believe It or Not.
It looks like something straight out of science fiction. But this unidentified flying object didn't come from outer space. Believe it or not, this unmanned self-navigating craft called the Cypher is the world's latest high-tech super spy. Designed and produced by engineers at Sikorsky Aircraft, the 6-foot, 250-pound robot is entirely self-functioning. That means the Cypher can take off, choose its own flight plan, seek out its target, return home, and land on a dime, all without any human intervention, making it easy to spy on you anytime, anywhere. The device seems to defy gravity, but in fact, it's powered by a pair of propellers spinning in the center. Incredibly useful, the Cypher will be able to send real-time video, make maps, search out terrain, and drop supplies. And though still in the testing stage, the U.S. Army is already working on a number of applications for this real-life flying saucer.
Traditionally, a family portrait means put on your best outfit and smile. Well, one photographer is throwing water on tradition, and he doesn't say cheese. He yells, "Hold your breath."
These stunning swimsuit photos were captured using a revolutionary camera technique. But you won't find these models on the beach. Believe it or not, these women work underwater. Mark Yazinchak's been a working photographer for 25 years, and he shot everything from print ads to commercials. But it wasn't until he took up diving that his career really took off.
When I took up scuba diving as a hobby, it only followed suit that I started taking a camera down with me.
Soon, Mark was refining his underwater technique.
It's been liberating to be one of the pathfinders or trendsetters, I should say, for underwater shooting.
But to do the kind of work Mark envisioned requires this one-of-a-kind aquatic studio. Its walls are 9.5 feet tall, 9.5 feet wide, and it's 22 feet long. All of its sides are blacked out, giving Mark complete control over the lighting. But even under the best conditions, underwater photography is difficult for Mark and his models.
It is challenging. There are a lot of different obstacles that you may not realize, like water up the nose. It's extremely painful. And it's difficult to look comfortable under there, to hold your breath, to push yourself to stay under when your body is screaming for you to surface.
Mark carefully sets up the look for each shoot. These streamers function as a backdrop. Then the lights are carefully adjusted. As a finishing touch, an air machine provides bubbles.
The figure just looks fuller, the curves look curvier, everything just looks better. And plus you have the angelic hair flowing.
This is model Tara von Strastus's first underwater photography session. Like all of Mark's models, she's not afraid of the water, but she's still a little nervous. Because while Mark's breathing oxygen through an air hose, she'll be holding her breath the entire time.
I always thought people look pretty silly underwater, especially with the bubbles coming out of the nose and trying to keep the water from going up your nose. They actually look really natural, which hopefully I'll be able to attain that sort of natural thing too. I don't know.
With the water tank ready and the light set, Mark goes to work. In the cutting-edge world of fashion, this pioneer of underwater posing is proud of his truly unique occupation.
I was the first in particular to shoot the glamour and the exotic beauty of women underwater. Not a bad day at the office.
Next, you haven't seen a lowrider until you've seen the flattest car in the world. Plus, a weapon so sinister, it delivered a double death blow. The twisted story behind this evil instrument when we explore the Ripley's vault. Next. You're watching Ripley's Believe It or Not.
It's bright red and 16 feet long, but you could be driving right next to Perry Watkins and never know he's there. That's because, believe it or not, at 24 inches tall and a mere 2 inches off the ground, this is the flattest car in the world. For 4.5 years, this Brit's been obsessed with designing and building this one-of-a-kind vehicle.
You know, the longest car has been done, the shortest car has been done. I wonder how low we could get one.
But it's not just flat, it's also functional, with 4 seats to accommodate the entire family. Assembled using parts from 4 separate cars, this vertically challenged vehicle with its 3.5-liter V8 engine can easily hold its own with Jaguars and Triumphs, hitting a phenomenal top speed of 140 miles an hour. Believe it or not.
This is a Katar dagger from 19th century India. It was the weapon of choice for a secret cult of criminals who would befriend strangers and then rob and kill them with this. What makes this particular dagger so deadly is its hidden feature. The thug would stab the victim, then squeeze this handle, revealing another blade. As if that wasn't barbaric enough, the dagger was then twisted before removing to ensure death. Unbelievable? Believe it.
Scare Tactics. Back-to-back episodes. Tomorrow starting at 7. Only on Chiller. Scary good.
Having trouble finding the hole.
That was the scariest thing I've ever done.
Only those with the guts.
All right, let's do this.
Win the glory.
I did! I'm so happy!
Fear Factor. Back-to-back episodes. Starting next. Only on Chiller. Scary good.